The iPad Pro is the leading reason why I'm so organized at university. This is why it's the only device that you need. Hello friends, welcome to another video. If you're new around here, my name's Andreas and I'm a third year medical student at Riga Stradens University. Today I want to talk about this bad boy. This is my 2020 iPad Pro 12.9 inch 4th generation iPad. It's the first product that I've ever bought from Apple and it's going to remain that way for a while. And I want to get into the reason why that is right away. If you have looked a bit in the productivity world or in the medical student YouTuber world, you will see that most people are decked out from head to toe with Apple goods. Well, what I did was I did a small calculation to have a look that if I replace all my devices with Apple devices, what it would cost me. So the total cost came out to 6,029 euros. That is an unbelievable sum of money that I definitely don't have available to spend on this. And I'm sure most of us don't. So today I want to talk about why this is a student's best friend, the iPad Pro or the iPad Air, and specifically those two I'm going to jump into. So if you're looking for tech numbers and looking for, all the interesting details as to why this device performs so much better than some other device, then you're in the wrong place. If you're doing IT or studying engineering, then don't take my suggestion because I don't know what you guys do all day. So let's go into the 5 main reasons why you should buy an iPad Pro, and that should be the only device that you buy from Apple, and in general, the only main device that you use for university. Reason number 1, this is one of the most portable smart devices that I've had other than my cell phone. You can put it into any backpack or any handbag, shopping bag, and you don't need a special compartment for it. If you have it coupled with the Magic Keyboard, it is very well protected and closes up very compactly. If you have it actually in general with any good cover, you can just shove it into your bag and not worry that it might get scratched or dinged or anything. Of course, a basic amount of care is required to make sure that your iPad lasts a very long time, but otherwise it is extremely portable and there's nothing that can beat it actually. All right, let's talk about reason number 2. So it'll be definitely the Magic Keyboard. If you have a look here, my iPad's currently in the Magic Keyboard. It is so easy to move the iPad in and out of the Magic Keyboard. That is why it's so important for you to have either the iPad Air or the iPad Pro. If we have a look at my iPad right now, it is so easy to just pack up and use anywhere you need to. Before I had the Magic Keyboard, I used to take my laptop with everywhere I went because I would use it for Word documents and PowerPoint and so on and so on and so on. When I had the Magic Keyboard attached to the iPad, I realized that my laptop always stayed in my bag and I only used the iPad. And that is exactly what you want. So for the last 1.5 years, my laptop has never, ever been to university. And I managed to submit all my tasks, all my PowerPoints, Word documents, I print off it, everything. It's become so seamlessly easy, it has essentially replaced my laptop. And nowadays I actually only use my laptop for consuming of YouTube videos, gaming and video editing. So it is really one of the biggest upgrades you can have for this device. Reason number 3, Apple exclusive apps. Notability, GoodNotes, all these note-taking apps, they are incredible. And the ability to take notes on the iPad Pro or on the iPad Air is awesome. You just have the pencil with you all the time and you can whip it out, just start writing notes. And on these apps, it's just seamless and great. You can annotate PowerPoints, pictures, label things as the teacher speaks. It's really, really a great thing to have. Now, usually, the average YouTuber like Karma Medic would now show you all his beautiful notes that he makes. The reason why I'm not showing you all my beautiful notes is because they're plain and simple, not beautiful. I'm a more functional person when it comes to this type of thing, and I more annotate using 1 word or 2 words or scribble or draw a little picture. So it's not very pretty to look at. At this point, normally there would be a paper-like advert coming in to show you or to tell you how great it is to use their screen cover and that you'll be drawing, it'll be like writing on paper. Well, I'm not big enough to be sponsored by Paperlike, and currently I do not have a Paperlike screen protector on my iPad. I just have a normal screen protector, which works fantastically. Yet you can just not beat the sort of apps that you get with Apple. Now, obviously it comes at an enormous price and you have to buy the apps and you have to buy the device and so on. But this is why we're doing this video, because I want to stop you from buying all the Apple products when all you need is the iPad. Right, so let's jump into number 4 before I waffle on too much. The iPad is so incredibly responsive. I multitask, I split screen, I do not close my apps. I have pretty much every single app on the iPad running at any given moment. And there is never even just the tiniest of hiccups. We're talking YouTube, Netflix, Notability, Amboss, Facebook, Instagram, everything you think of, all running concurrently, and the iPad never ever even skips a beat. It is incredible how fast this device is. And I have a lot of friends that have the iPad Air and they say the exact same thing. We can go into some power specs and I can tell you about how the chip has this and this much power. It's completely irrelevant at the end of the day. It's about the user experience. And I can say from my user experience, this is an incredibly strong and fast device. So don't worry about chip speed and all that stuff. It is so fast, and I don't think that you'll be able to make it go slow or challenge it in any way or means possible if you use it for normal use. Reason number 5, let's talk screen real estate. Now, I know they always say size doesn't matter, but when it comes down to your iPad, size really, really does matter. So this is the main difference that I see between the iPad Air and the iPad Pro. With the iPad Air, you have about 11 inches, and with the iPad Pro, with this specific one, is 12.9 inches. Now, to be honest, you will notice the difference. Most people say having a smaller iPad is more practical, it's a bit more easy to carry around. Well, to be honest, if I hold my iPad like this, and even if it wasn't a cover, and I am walking after the doctor that is busy teaching me something, it is just as easy to hold onto this and write my notes as it is to hold onto, for instance, a 9-inch iPad. I don't think that there's much of a difference, but the main difference you will notice is when you come down to split screen usage, taking notes, sitting in a cafe, and hoping or wishing that you had a little bit more screen to work with. That's why I would think the 12.9 inch is definitely a real big benefit. Now, if we talk about numbers, there's a €500 difference between the new 12.9 inch iPad and the iPad Pro against the iPad Air. Now, I don't think personally that these 2 inches are worth €500. Obviously, it's up to you and it's up to your decisions, but that I would say is the main reason why I would buy the iPad Pro. Remembering that back in the day when I bought the iPad Pro, it was significantly cheaper and the high-performance iPad Air didn't exist at that moment. I think if I would do it all again now, I would buy the iPad Air simply because I just don't have the money for the iPad Pro. That brings us to the conclusion of this video. In general, I think that this is by far one of the best purchases, even though it is extremely expensive, that I've ever made. The iPad Pro and the iPad Air are by far the best Apple devices for students. Once again, I'm not against Apple products. I'm not against their ecosystem. I completely support them. I think that they're actually very incredible. But the price of €6,000 to sort of replace all the devices that I have with Apple products is just too much to justify as a student. If you enjoyed this video and if you want some more suggestions based on the iPad Pro or the iPad Air on how I got along with the iPad Pro, you can leave a comment. I'll answer you as fast as I can. And if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. If you want to see more of me, it really, really supports my channel. Thanks very much.